my topic is my question at least is, what is our most valuable resource? And to me, a lot of people ask the question is it the most shiniest? Is it the most rare, the most expensive, the most beneficial to our human race? But in my eyes, it's really what the product serves you. So a lot of people ask, is water, is phosphorus, is Californium? But I mean, when it really comes down to the core, I think that our most valuable resource is time. Because time is the most limited, most finite resource that we will ever have in our existence. 78 years is the average life expectancy for Americans. Now that may seem like a lot, but when it boils down to it, that's a little over 680,000 hours. And a third of that you spend sleeping, and a tenth of that you spend driving or commuting to any place you need to. Now, when that gets factored out of it, that's a little less than 380,000 hours. Now, if you think about it, we spend 3 hours in this class, and think about how much time you spend in school. That's a lot of time that you spend not doing something, or even potentially doing something that you could want to do. So time is something that we take for granted most of the time, and time is something that we need to factor into our lives and really make it beneficial to us. In this study, it says that 26% of Americans chronically procrastinate, which leads to a lack of time as well, something that we don't have very much of. And with this, it says, with the recent innovations and automations of industry, time is more prevalent than ever before. So, as us personally, we should never be thankful or willing to give up our time. Yes, to help other people, that is forgiving at least, but for others, our time is very beneficial. We only have a set in stone date that we're allowed to exist on this planet, and once that time is up, we no longer have any more else. So we have to make the best of what it is. And so you should always strive to do something and make your time worth it, rather than make your time not be worth it or make your time be useless and not beneficial to anyone. Like, think of Albert Einstein, for example. He was probably around 80 years old, and he spent all of his time, he failed school, he was not a good student, but through the research and through his education and his life, he managed to become one of the smartest people ever to exist. And that was a man who spent a lot of his time doing something that he loved. He loved doing math. He didn't like working where he worked, but he thought of it more as an opportunity to escape from whatever the hell that they were putting him through, and to relinquish anything else in his brain and imagine things that he could potentially do later in life. And I mean, when it really boils down to it, you are the only person in your life that has the choice to make your time beneficiary. A lot of these people nowadays go anonymous. We don't know about the people who died in cemeteries. We don't know about the people whose gravestones go unmarked. We don't know about them because they never made an image for themselves. Their time was wasted. But you should always strive to make yourself, for your time, at least beneficial and make a name for yourself. So your time is very valuable. Obviously, you don't have very much of it, but I like to leave you with this quote. A wise man once said, "You don't know how much time you have until you're out of it."